Let's go bang, game kedua bang ya. Game pertama tadi mudah sekali, Onic menghancurkan. Kali ini kita lihat tiba-tiba ada Selena lagi untuk Super Prince. Kalau pakai parse di jauh kali bang. Ini dia game kedua, match point untuk Onic Filipina.
Can't count him out here, so we'll see if Andorra also gets a better start.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Ada cheat di sini.
For now.
But the way that Omega is showing up in the mid lane sort of shows us that
Dusko
they
datang
are
dari
really
belakang.
planning to play it a bit more aggressive. So that's one thing we were waiting to see from them. But King Kong though, okay, that was close again.
King Kong, no fear at all. Let's go straight into the mid laner of the opposition and just give that raw damage. Now everyone zoning in. That's 4 people up on mid, trying to make sure Andorio is secure.
Mati dong,
A better
King
start for
Kongnya.
this time around. And Omega, they're the ones on the chase now. King Kong's
Masih
low,
selamat
not
dong.
he can fight anymore. And now everyone has to make a run for it.
Oh man, so again a lot of the early action here, but it is Omega coming out with the upper hand on that one. Oh, okay.
Flicker.
Jang forces a flicker out of Super Prince. He's fine though.
Okay. So this is the smart Omega we failed to see in game number 1. And Andoryu was officially able to cross the river and get some creeps away from Onic Philippines side. So these are major developments if we were to compare it with the way they played the first game. But
King
still,
Kongnya
so
sekarang ketinggalan bang ya.
the lead is pretty manageable.
Masih level
for
3
Smart
King Kongnya.
Omega. It probably will really matter when it comes to the first objective, considering that there's a chip, and we're yet to see them actually make use of all those Y-Walk shortcuts in this game.
Yeah, I don't think they can also be too aggressive as well, because Super Prince will probably see them coming from a mile away with all of these traps.
Look at those traps.
There's a whole lot of vision provided from this. They're gonna blitz the turtle though.
So fast right now. No way for Andorio to actually contest that,
Bottom?
and he knows
Aduh.
it. He's playing up on bottom.
Itu
Kill
buy one
a
masih
solo
kalah
kill.
dong.
Oh, the Jowm. I don't. If you're
What
Jowm,
happened to
you know
Jowm?
you're scratching your head right now.
Yeah, he probably is. Just when he mentioned that he's gonna beat up Killer in lane.
Oh man,
Oh boy.
he even burned the flicker there. That was a total 1v1. I mean, Kelra used his too, so. But obviously you win that too as the Harith here, so
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and there's no threat yet from, or for Onic Philippines, at least for now, because Super Yoshi still hasn't gotten his hands on his ultimate, so they're pretty much free, but...
That's very spicy here.
Hey.
Antonio getting hit with so many traps, so many stuns. Can't even move. He's out. Down for count, but Super Prince is as well. This time around, that
Flicker.
shortcut really helping get the team into position. That's only going to be a 1-for-1 after all is said and done.
Yep.
So 1-for-1. They're still going in the mid lane, and Kelra was just kind of holding that down. So yeah, the shortcut usage is going to help them on the macro level. But again, you can see it when you get knocked into the air, or you have
Farming
missile arrow
lagi
that hits
King
you.
Kongnya.
You have so many things if you're smart Omega.
Malah
to
King
really watch
Kongnya
out for.
sekarang
As long
level
as they can
7 bos.
avoid that, then maybe they win some of these fights by utilizing that chip.
Yeah, and to be fair, I feel like
Joy-nya yang level 6.
did attempt to at least make use of that slight advantage that they had in the early stages, but the Onic Philippines are just too quick to respond still. And since they decided to fight that in the mid lane near where Super Prince was, but now compared to what we've seen in the first 2 minutes, Onic Philippines, I feel like they're much more in control now. They can position themselves way ahead of Smart Omega, and that's going to be a problem, but also something they can find a solution to given that they have the chip.
Yeah, Smart Omega will clearly have to play around the chip. It's almost in the same essence where I was like, they had to do that with the Louis in the previous game. So as long as they have a better iteration of that now for game 2, that would be best. They go ahead and try to get the space around this turtle.
Kelra,
set things
lomangnya.
up. You still have Andorio working on the buff, so they're just going to kind of delay this. Oh, an arrow is going to land on Lewis.
Trying to delay them. Actually, Luis is the one who's absorbing a brunt of the damage here. A little surprised that Onic didn't just
Farming
straight
sana
up
Joy-nya.
rush that turtle, but now they're waiting for Andorio. He's not coming. They said, you know what? Let's take this. We have no visual. We have no confirmation. And they feel like they're ahead. Look at that. Beautiful throw as well. It's a 5-man shortcut. King Kong securing that turtle once more. Covers up on front.
Killnya free di sana.
At all. Some good damage coming in from
Waduh.
Onic right now. only losing out on Kelra.
Kurang sih.
They are
Jawnya.
still going.
Yeah, the killing spree in action for King Kong. Although he didn't get the kills, the mere fact that there were multiple members of Smart Omega who were already 30% below allowed him to just freely fight against Smart Omega. And in as much as there was near perfect timing with the shortcuts. I mean, Andorio was able to make it in time, also lay out the electrifying beats against the members of Onic Philippines. It just wasn't enough. They were tanky enough to deal with it, and even Kirk with the prolonged or slightly longer fights can just really respond with the Primal Wrath.
Di flickeri dong.
Oh, Andoryu.
Andoryu down for the count with just one combo essentially.
Dang, man, and again, the community 11% right now for Smart Omega. Andoryu's been doing work like across the map, utilizing the macro pressure that he can put and then relying on the shortcut to join these, but getting picked off like that is not going to be a good time. It's already sitting at 0-3 and 2.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Andoryu's been attempting to do a lot to manage the lead that Onic currently has, but the way that
Kurang
Onic
sih
is
Ujoynya,
just
Bang,
able
Bang.
to equally respond to these somewhat expected, isolated, or split pushes coming in from Andoryu is becoming a problem because there's no other member you could expect to do the same job that Andoryu does. You need to accompany Jowm, especially at this point of the game. Okay, but there's just so much pressure from Onic Philippines. It's like
Perbedaan
there's
golnya
a constant
3.000 sini Bang ya.
reaction forced out of Smart Omega. They're not able to play what they really want to do.
At the very least, they're not 2-level or 3-level gap like
Yeah.
for game 1, right? So they're doing something better here. Not necessarily, you know, good enough yet, but we'll see.
It'd be better if they're able to, you know, focus on maybe even just contesting that first Lord, because right now this turtle is going to be started up by Onic, and with this minor lead that they have, they might not actually want to contest this, but Super
Oh.
Yoshi goes in.
Oh, they're trying to go in here. Shortcut might be a little bit too late, but they
Shortcut na.
will be able to secure
Oh,
that
man.
turtle. Boom goes Super Yoshi. Definitely evaporating in front of the
Parah sih,
Onyx.
Bang.
Might here. Their firepower is just off the charts.
Yeah, and I feel like he was intending to land that shortcut on Kelra, but he was tossed away from whichever he wanted to place it on.
And Onic right now, even under the turret, not even respecting that turret whatsoever, just removes Luis just like that.
And this is tough because you have
Di
these
dalam
fights that are
turret
breaking
pun
out.
dihantam loh.
Jowm is usually on the other side of the map, just
Yeah.
trying to pressure the turrets down, and maybe that's the decision of, we can't win these fights, and let's just try to get some map pressure. Well, King Kong, you know, he's gonna get out of there just fine, but that's the thing, you know, it's like you have a hero that's known to give you a macro advantage, that's the chip, but it's Onic Philippines that's just out macroing you everywhere.
Oh,
Flying in, unstoppable.
Hey.
And you're not going anywhere, Jowm. He is locked. He is loaded. And that's 2 down for Omega.
Into
Di
the
prediksi.
arrow.
And the way he
Flickernya.
was able to time that flicker so well too, knowing that there would be a possible escape. Jowm is just unable to play on this Granger.
Bisa
But hold
gitu,
on,
Bang.
Super Yoshi, he's holding a bush to himself. Okay.
In the Philippines, we call that advanced thinking.
Diprediksi flickernya
Brusco
langsung.
did the advanced, the dirty one on the Jowm.
Yeah.
That's what we expected, though. Again, when you have that Jawhead and then you get Super Prince on the Selena, the fact that Brusco's been doing this even in game 1 they're with that composition too, the timing is going to be there. And it seems like they have found at least that sync that they've needed back with the Super Fam that they are. But Smart Omega, like I
5
said, I
detik
think
lagi.
the biggest thing
Lord
is their
akan
decision
muncul.
making.
Lord yang
They're
pertama,
not
Bang, ya.
even sure if they should just go ahead and keep pushing around the map. That might be the best case for them because now they find themselves facing an even bigger deficit, 5,000. Lord
Yeah.
is up. And we'll see if they actually are ready to fight this one. Look at
Yep.
the positioning from
Look
Super
at Yoshi.
Datang dari
The
belakang.
shortcut in the middle of the map. That's 5-man from Omega. They are trying to go for the 5, but Andoryu already eliminated means there's
kemana
no
itu
way they
Luis,
can
ah?
contest Lord this time around.
Oh no, Super Yoshi in trouble.
Boom goes Super Yoshi, and that should be a pretty decisive
Kemana
Lord.
ultinya itu dari si
Onic.
Luis itu?
Yeah, Luis actually tried to go after Kelra because he was pretty low on HP. Smart Omega were able to deal a decent amount of damage and focus it all onto Kelra, but he still survived despite that, which resulted in Smart Omega eventually at a disadvantage in terms of resources, still being forced to fight back against Onic since they were also able to somewhat position themselves and regroup for that fight. So now they are unfortunately forced to defend this. It was a
Ini
very
dia itemnya bang
unfortunate
ya.
sequence for Smart Omega, but
Mau
we see
2 BOD kah itu?
slowly the intentions are starting to
Kayaknya
show
2
up.
BOD
It's
mau
just that
dipakai
even
King Kong.
the longer the game goes, the more Onic is also able to scale. I mean, at this point, this Selena from Super Prince, that many cooldown reduction he has already invested in. Oh,
Mati dong.
Trying to go for it again. Andoryu is all alone, but here comes the shortcut, and here comes their backup. Bit too late, maybe. Keller is still fighting up
Waduh,
on the
malah
Zama
terbalik
force
dong.
here, but Jowm once more just falls so easily without any reliable front line. They are struggling. They are falling apart.
and that's the difference.
Malah
Earlier,
Kelranya
you're able
yang
to take
menghantam,
Keller
Bang.
away from the Zaman
Udah
force,
beda
but
jauh
now that
kali
you're
golnya
not
ini.
able to, all the shields, all the sustain, and all the dances are just showing up. So now Onic Philippines, they're already knocking at the base!
Brusco. He does that. He puts pressure. That's turret top down. A mid's gonna be next.
Joy yang nggak
It's
ngapa-ngapain
pressure's
itu,
likely.
Bang.
There's no waves though pushing in just yet. So
Kasian kali, nggak dikasih
Smart
kill, nggak
Omega
dikasih.
immense, against it
Entahlah.
all, even 9,000 behind. They're still in the game, but there's waves pushing in, still mid and bottom. I don't know. They're gonna have to pull out a miracle to actually have a full defense, unless Onic Philippines decides to just take the safe route here.
Oh,
Ouch. Look at Andoryu.
if the
Di poking aja hilang setengah darah dia.
thrown in a little earlier,
Ini dia.
that they could have probably attempted to, because the holy shields would
Damage
have been
terbanyak.
popped. Okay, but here's Super Yoshi again.
King Kong
It's be
40.000
an
dong.
attempt from Smart Omega.
Take two. Oh, spotted out.
What is with the king of the jungle game senses?
That's just, he's locked in.
Locked in, yeah.
He's ready to grow the beard at this point. Again, it's free. It's almost free pickings for Onic Philippines. Like, that's kind of how it feels. And this was even back in the previous game. Now, yes, Smart Omega has survived up to this point. They've dealt with that base defense, but again, even in less than 30 seconds, this Lord is going to come up, and it's going to be very difficult for them to actually fight it. Now, I would like to see if they do, and they've gotten
Tinggal
themselves in
nunggu
a
Lord.
position where they can actually
15
go for
detik
a
lagi di
skirmish
situ,
or
Bang,
a
ya.
team fight. But with how far ahead Onic Philippines is the best option for Smart Omega just to go ahead and, you know, tidy up into the base and hope
Yeah.
that they defend again?
Probably because even at this point, Onic Philippines wouldn't think twice about looking for a setup. Brooksco has the immortality, so
Ini dia.
even when you do get to take it out, you've
Kok
probably
pada lagi
wasted
nih?
multiple resources already just by doing that,
True.
which encourages Onic Philippines to just proceed with the fights. And Smart Omega could not afford to use up all their resources on a single target who isn't
Sudah,
a key target
dicoret-coret
for
saja oleh
them
King
at
Kong.
this point in time. And with Onic spotting Andoryu clearing the top lane,
Kali hit dong.
could they potentially be clearing it? Oh wow, it connected!
They're absorbing so much poke here, even before the fight starts.
Apa
Yoshi
itu?
tries to go. I think they're going for broke here. That's going to be
Kelranya
their
nunggu.
last ditch
Nah, baru
attempt.
ulti.
But Luis going to be evaporating as well. Taking out Kirk is pretty big though. But the Lord still going over to Onic.
Lord still goes over. Brusco is low. He's still got an immortality. But still, again, a objective, a Lord going to the hands of Onic Philippines, and they only lost Kirk in the exchange.
Yeah, but that was a beautifully laid out Earth Shatter coming in from Kirk right before he actually fell down. It served so much in terms of how Onic was able to clearly win that fight, because the moment that the members of Smart Omega decided to go in the shortcut, they were all knocked up, which resulted in
Prince ya,
Onic being able
padahal
to
pakai
throw
Selena
out
loh.
the damage a
Cuma
little
sekali
more
doang dia
easier,
mati, Bang.
and now they are clearly looking to take down all the remaining turrets.
Oh, nice attempt. This looks like it's going to be the Hail Mary here. Shortcut already used up pretty early on just to make sure everyone can come back and fully regenerate. The Lord going to get taken care of here by Onic. It looks like it is working out. Onic
Okay.
can't really push in without Kirk.
Yeah.
Good clear, at least for now. Good defense from Smart Omega, despite it all. Still, how long can they continue to do this? They need to buy another 5+ minutes, I would say,
5 more.
to really get to that point. That mid turret's gonna go down.
Boom.
Oh, that's a very
Hampir
aggressive
kena
Avatar
Kelranya.
the Guardian there already used
Tapi
up.
nggak semudah itu, Bang, ya.
Oh,
Satu
Taking
hit
down
aja.
that turret. This turret number 3 here
Terus
is
setengah
going to be
darah
going
itu,
down
Bang.
as well.
Yeah.
That's an empty one. Omega, what are you going to
Oh.
do? Going in as
Brusco.
Brusco. Nice throw here. Andoryu just going to remove
That was clearly
Yeah,
in sync.
and-
I toss into the Earth Shatter, but wait!
4v5, low HP here for Super Yoshi and
Ibu,
Luis.
dihantam
And
gini, Bang.
looks like that is gonna be the sweep.
Easy
It's a 2-0
game
for
untuk
Onic
Onic, Bang, ya.
Philippines.